What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Tennessee Disc Golf. We have round 2 back 9 action, final 9 of the Scenic City Open in Chattanooga at the Narrows. Thanks to Gravity and to Chick-fil-A for sponsoring the event. Thanks to Stephen Miller for running it, and Oliver Burkett for running that second cam. We are at the Narrows here. Tight battle. Idris Garcia alongside
Aidan Scott running into this back 9. There's the trophy. Gonna see who takes it down, takes that thing home. First off, we got Dylan, 1 down on that front 9, getting a 1-stroke lead on Joey, holding on to it, I should say. Joey also 1 down on that front 9, just 1 back of Dylan, looking to make a run. Will having a tough front 9, 2 over, sitting 4 back, but out here that's plenty in contention. And Rhys staying even par on that front 9, just 3 back. It's anybody's game.
It is, as we go into the first hole of the back 9, hole number 10, par 3, 285, tight, straight shot that you want to push forward, down land softly here towards the basket. This one is just a tough one because you can't really go too far left or right.
Yeah, super tough shot. Definitely favors a little bit of a left miss. I like the sidearm play, just a little bit too burnt over. You can see the frustration. This is a shot I've watched Will throw many of times very well.
Joey Lutz starting his back 9, the defending champ. Let's see if he can chase down Dylan.
Just needs a little bit more turn. I like the line. Oh, what a tree.
All the way up there, plus the fortunate kick.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody hit that tree. It's like impossible to hit, but catches it, keeping him pretty close. Dylan, the more traditional backhand play, take something straight, jamming on a bunch of highs there and just try and miss like 25, 30 left. Decent bit of opening there just by hitting the gap.
Such a tough line to hit. He burns it over.
Just got a little greedy, played a little too straight.
Does get a good ways up there, so hopefully a pretty easy approach there.
Yeah, may even have a look. You never know. They sneak through from time to time. Rhys with the buzz, similar miss. Just, I love shots like this. It's right there and it's straight, but if you try and get really greedy and put it right under the basket, you do that. I really like the backhand that just kind of misses left. It's a tricky thing mentally to try not to park the basket. Just give yourself a putt. Will.
Oh, giving it a run.
Just over the top. Although running a little bit long, that's going to be a tough comebacker. But he's in a bit of a spot where he's a few strokes back, trying to make one up with the big throw in.
Definitely a bold play there. Rhys staying on the outside of the rough, also giving it a run over the top of the basket.
Beautiful little Annie putt there.
Looks like it didn't scamper too far away.
See what Dylan has, but the way he's looking at it, not a whole lot. Kind of looks like a jump putt up shot. Just kind of toss it up there. Maybe give it a slight run, but puts it real close. It's what he needed.
Yeah, sitting there for par. There is Will's look going to that straddle stance.
Definitely a little bit obstructed. Oh, sneaks it in there. I think that the gap he took was even tougher than we can tell as well. It looks like he caught a little bit of a vine coming out of there. Had to put it super soft. Definitely not his normal pace.
Well done from Rhys there as well, picking up the par. And Joey getting that drop in birdie courtesy of the tree on the backside of the green there.
Yeah, that tree definitely deserves a hug after that one. And Dylan,
he walks right by it. No, that was given.
Brutal. R.I.P. Joey with the lone birdie. Making up ground, tying it up with Dylan, going into hole 11. 321 foot, par 3. Pretty solid right turn here. Definitely favors a sidearm, I imagine. Knowing these guys, they're all going to put a sidearm up there. But you got to push it. It's not just a straight hyzer. You gotta get it to go forward before it dumps right, but not too far. Otherwise, you'd push that back wall. Looks like Joey's Raptor here. Playing that flip up just tugged it a little bit, but fortunate to stay in the fairway there and not kick off.
Yeah, great kick there for Joey. This is a tough one to park. Definitely one that you're usually looking at a putt.
Same thing.
Hit the gap, which these guys are struggling with at the moment.
Will is really close. He's just barely missed a few of these gaps and stopping him from scoring. He's thrown some great looking shots. It's just, you can be just slightly off out here by a couple inches on every shot, and it will affect your scoring. Perfect, though. A little PD out of Dylan. And the counter.
Beautifully done, my goodness.
Yeah, that is deserving of a follow replay.
Goodness gracious. Great height. Hugs it around that corner. And the good reaction off the ground. Everything working perfectly there for Dylan.
Very strong sidearm game out of everybody. Not surprised to already see one park job. Rhys with the Raptor. Little inside, but flipping it up, getting sneaky. Looks like he's going to be just off the fairway a little bit.
A little bit of pressure here on Joe. He probably doesn't know how close Dylan is, but got to execute this shot not to drop an extra stroke. And does so nicely.
Definitely good upshot there from Joey, knowing the moment. Knowing he's probably already about to drop one to Dylan. Can't lose any more, especially coming down the stretch here. Will seems to have a pretty solid gap up high, but makes it work.
Wow, what a shot there over the top from Will.
It is rare that you end up over there and have such a solid gap, making it work. And Rhys.
Oh, dang. Off the tops. No.
I was about to say, it looked great out of his hand. Good touch, too. Even if that missed the basket, it wasn't going very far past. Trying to throw it in anywhere. No basket is safe. Will, that's an underrated cleanup there. That was a great par considering where his drive landed.
Absolutely.
Joey also cleaning up a very good par as well.
Yeah, Dylan foot-faulted.
Yep, calling the foot fault. Smart move. It's the only way you can get strokes on this guy. Unless you're Dylan. And then,
My goodness.
oh, the nerves. I've seen Dylan miss plenty shorter than that, so I'm not surprised to see him shaking in nervousness.
Don't want to sneak through the chains there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Going into hole number 12, par 3, 286 feet. Just another super tight, straight shot. Similar to what we saw with hole number 10. Even less room to move left or right, I would say.
Yeah, just absolute dead straight shot. There is a little bit of room to miss left once you get up to the green, but it is super straight.
Dylan.
What a laser beam.
What a line. And like it might get tugged a little bit too far to the right, but it just held that straight line. Didn't turn over too much.
Absolutely perfect. Joey going with the sidearm.
Oh.
A little bit pulled. Oh, and not a good kick either. That is going to be a rough spot. He won't be very far from the basket, though, so he might be able to work something over the top of them shrubs.
And is drifting off to the left for Will.
Yeah, just a little bit pulled. But man, I mean, this is such a tough sidearm shot.
Rhys headed right towards that fairway tree that you want to drift just inside of.
Man, Dylan is licking his chops. He put one up there. Everybody else.
Not a lot of work left on the putting green either.
Got to give myself a little shout out. I gave him that PA1.
Nice upshot there. Joey having to go to the overhand.
Yep, adding to the tomahawk counter. Not surprised, but it looks like he has a decent bit of airspace. Caught the last one, but kind of a good redirect. It's definitely
a fortunate kick back into the middle there.
very much pretty wide open. Definitely in Joey's range. Will for the birdie. Looks like just an awkward spot to land. Looked like he had to kind of shorten his follow through due to the gap he was hitting. Joey for the 3. Oh no!
Oh, he's gonna drop 2 strokes.
Holy cow! Things are getting interesting here. Then Rhys for that cleanup. Gets it in there. And then Dylan. Unlike Chick-fil-A, who sponsored this hole, it is open on Sunday for Dylan Wooten. Happy in birdie.
Incredible back-to-back park jobs. 2 very difficult par throughs to execute on.
100%, and very different shots. He's on a roll. Momentum is definitely in his favor.
He opens up that 3-stroke lead.
Going into hole 13, the 1 par 5, 791. Super tough hole. General play is a backhand off the tee, missed slightly left into this open pocket, and then from there, you have another straight shot, probably about 360, 370. You want to land yourself somewhere over by these 2 stumps and this tree, and then from there, you have another corner. But from there, if you throw a good shot into a good position, you have a pretty short up shot to get yourself a birdie, but there is a lot that can go wrong on this very long double dogleg hole.
You just don't want to find the rough out here and keep it in the middle.
Oof, Dylan with the good line, just driven low, but keeps him in the fairway. From there, it's just going to be a pitch up to the corner and then time to execute some shots to get the par. Sidearm also plays on this hole. It's a little bit more aggressive, but if that's what you like and you're confident in, it can make it work. Will just...
Again, just slightly off. He looks so smooth with it coming out, but the line just isn't there for him right now.
Yeah, Will's kind of on repeat mode. He's definitely getting a little frustrated. Rhys, I like this one a little better, but man, that tree getting everybody. Just a tiny bit more push out of that, and it would have been in the ideal landing zone.
Joey gonna go to the sidearm here as well, as he is known to do.
Yeah, and then you see Joey going, I'm just going to flick my A5. You guys are throwing driver, but very sneaky. Still drives up short of the corner, though. And unless you throw it in, I mean, there is not any birdie from there. You need to make it to the corner.
Absolutely. Dylan opened the door there for Joey, and he didn't quite take advantage. Got a fortunate kick back out in the fairway. These guys still got about the same amount of work to do.
And Dylan get extra aggressive here, and it does not pay off. I'm surprised to see him try and do that much for a shot like that, but he was a little pinched, so he was just trying to get himself way around the corner.
And that's more of what you want to see, being out of position there. Just pitch to that corner, give yourself that open look.
Yeah, that was a much more stock shot. He'll probably throw another sidearm from there, and that's what it seems to be out of Rhys as well. Just pitching up. He had to navigate those 2 trees, though, and he did that pretty well. That was a skinny gap to make from where he was. Did it very well.
Nicely executed shot there from Rhys. Joey going back to that A5. Maybe playing a little bit of a skip.
Biting off a little bit more. And it works. Gonna give him a very easy shot from there. Maybe even get frisky, try and cut that corner and get himself a long look. I mean, he is down decent amount of strokes, but Dylan is also off the fairway. This looks good. Needs to get up. Oh, gets sneaky.
Yeah, nice result there. Pulled it a little bit to the left, but gets out. And that corner's still not easy.
I know. He is just barely shy of ideal, but he can make something work from there, and that's all you can really hope for in a hole like this. This was more of what I was expecting to see. This looks great.
Flex play, nice and easy. Gets up towards that log jam there.
Yeah, that was ideal. Then what does Dylan do here? Okay, now you decide to pitch into the fairway. Fair enough.
Learned his lesson, a little less aggressive there.
And it might come to bite him, but you never know. On a hole like this, nobody is safe, but Joey doing good work there, putting himself in solid position to save that par. Just barely off the fairway long, but he's pretty close to the basket, so I imagine he'll be able to get that one up and down with ease.
Yeah, it looks like he'll have another little step out sidearm.
Dylan to match. Basically same shot.
Absolutely needs to get to the corner here.
Yes. Short is not an option. And he cut it close, but that is ideal.
Well executed there.
What is Rhys doing? Okay. Actually doesn't have enough distance to get around the corner, so he's trying to cut the corner there.
Oh, gets pushed.
One of the few to beat, it seemed like. Had a good line.
Yeah, they're staying wanting to make up strokes and get aggressive out here, but that is what the result can be.
I mean, it's risk reward, and he took the risk, but did not get the reward. I've seen a lot of people try and cut that corner, and it can work, but I mean, it was the shot he had to go to in this moment, being down 5, but did not pull it off. Good upshot there by Will.
There, up on the plateau. Joey with that step out sidearm goes to the berg, nice and easy.
Stock shot.
Yep. A stress-free par for Joey.
Dylan going with the little jump putt up shot, maybe even trying to give this a run here. And it looks like it. Stay up. Oh, what a bid.
Stays aggressive all the way up to the green.
He came here to win. He did not come here to lay up. Tough spot from Rhys. Looked like he wasn't really able to get the full follow through on that one, but should be within range. Gonna have to settle for the double. Unfortunate, but that's what this hole can do to you really fast.
Yes, and him and Will on this card are in a tight battle for that third place spot, with Dylan and Joey battling it out up top. And Dylan giving a stroke back to Joey.
Yeah, and then who knows what's going on with the rest of the field. I mean, you can see scores go decently under par, and you can make up a lot of strokes out here. But right now it's looking like Joey and Dylan.
Hole number 14, par 3, 296 feet. Want to keep this one straight, pushing this corner, and then fading right towards the basket. Got these two little guardian trees up near the basket. Really just want to hit this gap.
Will is a madman. Oh, dude. That was so close to being the best shot I have ever seen.
I don't think I've ever seen it throw a sidearm.
I know he goes sidearm on this hole, but usually he just kind of tries to play it for par. That was incredible. Joey with the more standard shot. Going FX2 backhand up the gut. Looks good, pushing a little long. Weird ground play, but that is definitely well within his range. Good shot applying the pressure to Dylan here.
And Dylan will be the next to act. He's going backhand as well.
Going with the pig. A bit slower.
Honestly, he's a madman for throwing pig on this shot too.
Yeah, his comfortable speed is definitely hard. It looks like he sawed it off a little bit, but made enough ground that worst case he loses one stroke. What a reaction.
Yanks it, but it still gets the double doink. Oh, goal to go.
I was wrong. It looks like Dylan caught the two trees on the left side. It's in a bad spot.
Yeah, that's not great.
Having to go sky sidearm turnover. It is not looking good. That is not what you want to do in that moment right there, but there wasn't much from that spot. Rhys, similar, a little bit better. At least he has open air to swing his arm for this shot.
Also going with that high action.
Oh, and what a shot.
You heard it battle some branches up there and eventually ends up right there on the green.
Will, for the only person to birdie this hole, going sidearm off the tee ever, and it's a par. If Joey and Dylan both aren't throwing sidearm on it, it's definitely a back hit hole. Dylan actually had a better look than it seemed, but gonna have to take the bogey. And this is a big opportunity for Joey. This is door open.
Oh,
He does not capitalize.
right out of the hand. Didn't love it. He's going to get a stroke, but that was an opportunity to tie it.
And coming down the stretch here, you definitely want that back, but still making up ground. It is still close.
I didn't even hit the basket. It wouldn't matter.
The rest pars. Dylan dropping the stroke to the hole card with the lone bogey. Not what you want to see, but it can happen very quickly, especially with an errant tee shot.
Will take that bogey, brings it back to a 1-stroke advantage against Joey. 9 down to 8.
Going into hole 15, par 4, 471. Solid dogleg left, very tight gap off the tee pad. You want to chip a little hyzer up here around the corner, somewhere in between these stumps and that log, ideally. And then from there, it's a relatively standard sidearm into the green, but there are plenty of trees to hit if you want to. And yeah, just backhand around the corner, set yourself up for a nice left to right moving shot off the tee. Oh, well, or then there's Will. Proving me wrong.
Pulling sidearms out all over this course.
I know Will is very proficient with the sidearm and definitely prefers it over the backhand. I've played with him out here, and he goes sidearm off a lot of tees that I never would think to do that. But
when the pressure's on, you want to be comfortable. And
exactly. The more normal shot there from Joey. A little inside, though. Sneaks through. He's going to have an opportunity. Step out from the edge of the fairway. Poke a sidearm up there.
really not a tee shot that you throw very hard, but it's still a tough one. He's so easy to push along into those trees.
Just like that. Fortunate kick, though. Wow. And then up there right next to Joey. He can manage something from there, but I'd really like to see Dylan hit this gap here. Especially get some momentum going back his way after the 2 back-to-back blunders he's had. I like this. A little bit higher, a little bit more driven. Seems like it still is just a little bit sawed off. I like the height, though.
Caught up there, and he's on the inside as well. So let's see a lot of similar shots here. These guys trying to see who can scramble best.
Yeah, this tee shot is super interesting and unique. I'll definitely like a shot like that that pushes a little higher. You can take something a little straighter and get all the way up to that log. Give yourself a much easier up shot. But Dylan sawing it off a little bit. What a shot.
Wow.
He made that look much easier than it was. He had almost no room to swing his arm and just chopped it with all wrist. And I don't think he could throw it much farther than he just did.
Yeah, he covered a ton of ground.
But still, probably not a birdie from there. So opportunity for Joey. And man,
yanks it straight, and it's not a lot of fun over there. It looks like he'll be on the edge enough to hopefully have some arm swing.
Yeah, definitely a little fortunate to get through those trees, but definitely wanted to put it a little closer given the circumstances. This was more of what I wanted to see. But great line. Gonna have an obstructed circle 1 putt from over there. Now Will, after the pitch out. Oh, and just lets it go early. But fights through and gets a little bounce. Wow.
Oh, wow. Look there, yeah.
I thought he was still like 50 feet. No, wow. That's insane.
Dylan, you saw him almost dunk an Annie putt earlier. See if he does that again. Doesn't quite get it turned over.
Safe miss. Take the par. Probably still won't lose a stroke. But you never know with Joey and his berg. Oh, good line. Now Rhys for the lone birdie. Looks like he's got some type of gap, but it's probably not very large.
He will have earned it.
Oh,
And he does.
Nice.
Get the replay on that from a knee. First one in a while, too. It seems like everyone's been getting their job done off the tee lately.
There's like just straight poison ivy, and I'm like,
Big putt there. Gets himself back to 1 over. Ties it up with Will at 5 down.
And Will for the par save. Oh, and leaves it short.
So will actually drop one back.
And then Dylan and Joey, cleanups. It's a tight battle. There's definitely a lot of drama. It's anybody's game.
Still a 1 stroke difference as we move into the final stretch of holes. Starting with hole number 16. And that is a par 3, 280 feet. It is a pretty much all forced carry over this out of bounds area, which sometimes has water, sometimes doesn't. There's technically not a lot of OB over to the left side, but yeah, I don't want to be over there either. You just got to get over this pond area, and if you don't, you're going to the drop zone.
And the drop zone is not fun either. It's a pretty obstructed 50-60 footer. Oh, almost a very unlucky tree kick there, but manages to clear the OB. Still gonna have a long C2 look, maybe even just outside for birdie. Joey, not surprised to see him going with the sidearm. It's a decent amount of room over there right to miss. Oh, but he pulls it.
If he catches a tree, yes.
No, that is not good.
OB.
If you are Joey, that is not what you want to see in that moment. This one should be pretty standard. But Dylan still needs to answer. He cannot do the same. Oh, no. Even worse.
Early release.
But it may have snuck through. Based on that reaction, I don't think it did. Let's see if Will can get one up there. Just hold that turn. Oh, yeah, that was great.
My goodness.
Oh, the bounce. What a shot.
Beautiful. Love seeing that. Tough round for Will, but still executing great shots. Again, he's been smooth with that sidearm all day long. Finally hits that line.
We got the drop zone here. It's makeable, but it is tough. Joey. Hitting up a good bid there. Opens up the door for Dylan. He can make this, and it would be very good timing. He's giving it a chance.
Oh, the line
just shy.
Just a little short.
Man, what a battle we have going on here. And if Rhys sinks, this thing's get even more interesting. Just pulled a little bit. Should have some routine. Oh, well, maybe not. Cleanups here.
There's a branch reaching over trying to steal his hat.
And it almost spit out, man.
I looked down, I just saw it coming back out.
Quit whining, Rhys. Yeah, unfortunate bogey there from Joey and from Dylan.
Yeah, neither one really able to capitalize on each other's mistakes.
And now, I mean, Will and Rhys are sitting there just 3 back. I mean, there's 2 holes to play, but there's definitely some danger. I mean, if they go birdie, they've got a chance.
Absolutely. There is still a lot left to do.
Especially with hole 17 here. 297. Definitely favors the sidearm. Just like a lot of holes out here. Tight gap off the tee. You've got to flip it up and push it a decent bit. And let it fade gently to the right. Pretty much just make the gap. But, I mean, that's tough enough as is, as you can see.
Definitely expecting Will to throw us a backhand here.
Yeah. 100%. I just pulled it. That is not what you want to see. He really needed to go birdie here. Rhys, though, with the backhand. This is a tough backhand shot, but it is doable. It's a little low, but it has a good line.
Oh, man.
Circle's edge.
Nicely.
The tassels there. That's a good shot. He's got a putt to make, but he gave himself the opportunity. Let's see what Joey does. Going to that sidearm with the 8-5 again. Oh,
my
no.
God. What a second kick.
Very fortunate there in that moment.
Incredible.
It's not what you wanted to see, but very fortunate kick. Now, Dylan, can he answer?
He hits.
Oh, no.
He hit.
Go slim. Man, both of them are just giving each other opportunities, but are just not capitalizing.
Pressure is on down the stretch.
They both still have tricky upshots, though. These are not guaranteed pars.
And Joey again first to throw, and this time does put the pressure on Dylan.
This is actually a pretty tricky shot because you almost have to play it a little bit short so you don't push it too far and hit that wood line.
Similar shape to Joey's.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, he executes.
Should be good. Now, I mean, things can get really interesting here if Rhys makes that putt. He's sitting at 6 down, just 2 back. I mean, we got a double mando on 18. Could see a bogey pretty quick. It's getting very interesting coming down the stretch. Come on, Rhys, to put himself back in the mix a little bit.
Oh, yes. Part of the chains right on the orange tape. Nice cam for Rhys.
Very big in the moment. It's gonna take a decent bit of mess up from Dylan and Joey on 18 for him to have much of a chance, but he has a chance.
Definitely put himself back in it.
Get out the way, Nick.
Old Nick Barnett there representing.
Oh, boy.
Snuck out on him.
Putting me on the edge of my chair a little bit with that one, but she's in the basket. Okay, Rhys with the lone birdie. Dylan and Joey with the great par saves. It is getting interesting. Going into hole 18, our final hole.
And hole number 18, just 182 feet. But you can see that tight gap. That is a double mando. And there is rough all the way down. And not only that, it's an elevated basket on the edge of this pit. You could see some rollaways. You could see some putts go wrong. So everyone's still in the mix on this. Your name is Rhys, Joey, and Dylan.
And Rhys making the gap, but it's leaking a little bit. Maybe not the best tree, but he gave himself an opportunity.
And that is probably the mistake you want to make, is lean towards that left side, get that reverse skip towards the basket, avoid that pit over there to the right.
Yeah, the hillside definitely plays on this hole. That's why this sidearm is so much tougher. But Will still making it look easy, putting it really close. What a shot.
Great way to end your tournament right there.
Big moment, make or break pretty much. Joey needs a birdie.
Hits the gap.
Flippy Berg.
It's to avoid the pit here.
Near ace, but just pushes it too far. He gave himself a look. He'd like one closer, but now it's still putting the pressure on Dylan.
And also going to that sidearm, which you mentioned is very tricky because it's headed right towards that pit.
Man, just juiced it. Adrenaline's probably pumping. I mean, that was the shot. He could close out the tournament with one shot. He just got a little excited and pulled it. Did not get through.
Takes the smart play, lays it up. It's not guaranteed that Joey's making this. He is way down in the pit. Elevated basket.
Exactly. He's putting all the pressure on Joey, and Rhys with the birdie.
Getting himself in this thing. I don't think Dylan's going to bogey, so probably doesn't mean that Rhys is going to have a chance to get back in this thing, but
no, he tried. I mean, to put yourself there after hanging back a decent amount of strokes the majority of the round, that's honorable for sure. And now Joey, to push the playoff, needs this putt to hit. Probably about 30 feet uphill.
Makes it.
Big time moment there for Joey.
Clutch nice cam.
Dead center. And seeing where Dylan is, it looks like we might have some extra golfs.
It looks like we are going to be headed to a playoff. Dylan parked his upshot, and just a tough end for him. 3 down, 3 up in his last 5 holes, and that brought Joey right on back in.
Yeah, definitely not the finish Dylan wanted, but he is not out of it. He still has more holes to play, and he can still win it. Going back to hole 1 for the playoff here. You've seen it before. It can be pretty easy, but once you get into a playoff where you need to park it, or you need a good shot, I mean, the adrenaline starts pumping. These pretty easy shots get a whole lot harder.
Yeah, safe to say these guys have not quite been executing their tee shots as well as they would like, so we'll see what they bring into the playoff.
Although Joey with a berg, I like his odds. Oh, I take that back. Man, not a good shot, and door wide open for Dylan.
Absolutely. High into that
Little
gap.
juice, but I like it. And just, yeah. Again, just that adrenaline pumping, a little bit long, but I mean,
He's on the whiskers there. He's inside the circle.
yeah, definitely advantage Dylan. Joey definitely giving this a bid, I'd imagine. Oh, and that was on a good line.
Absolutely giving that a run. Knows he probably has to make this thing.
Oh, but Dylan has the tree in the way.
Unfortunate result.
This is not as easy as I thought.
It does actually
Up
go
to
to a knee on the elevated basket, not just the standard straddle.
To win the tournament. And, oh no! The first bummer cam at the worst time to win the tournament. Does not get it to stick. And Joey didn't have a tap in, but he still makes it to push. He probably thought he was out of it, but man, I mean, so much drama.
And we're back to hole number 2. Definitely a scoring separator. A tough hole in regulation. Much more with the pressure of a playoff. It is a par 4, 542 feet. You just want to get around that corner into that landing zone. And then it's a tough second shot onto this green.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I could definitely see somebody winning this with a par. I mean, it's a tough hole. You never know what can happen.
Dylan now going to be the first.
Alternating orders. And it looks like a great tee shot.
It's high into that gap.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be.
Yes, that's
Dylan applying the pressure.
great look down that corridor onto the green.
Let's see if Joey can adjust from his tee shot during the round. I like this. A little bit more height. Oh, but catches a limb. Oh, and that does not help. He's going to be a little bit left of the gap. I don't know if he's going to have a good shot into the green, and it doesn't look like... Yeah, it doesn't. He's going berg. He's not even messing with it. He's saying, hey, you can go for it.
Best case scenario here would be to get into that corner.
Still not quite the best.
Yeah, he's off on that right side.
Dylan going for the birdie. He can seal the deal here. Oh, and no, that is not good.
Tough.
There is a bit of a turnover sidearm gap over here on the right. I have seen it work. You can see the opening up there, but it's going to take a miracle.
Goes way up there.
I mean, that's a good effort. It's going to give him something from the bushes, but it's not great. And if Joey is on the edge enough to get something up there, it's looking like Joey's having the better odds. Yeah, Joey in a bit of a tricky spot, though.
Only the overhand. No, not necessarily a shot you like to go to with a tournament on the line, but
no. Although the ball's in his court. If he messes this up, I imagine he's still taking a bogey. Oh, watch it. Oh.
Nearly taking out the cameraman, but he leaves it there.
That is seems like Dylan has to make this putt, but with the way things have been going, you never know. He might miss that. Dylan does not look like he has much. Oh, and he still isn't really out. Yeah, this is
definitely making him take this putt.
absolutely needs to make this now. Otherwise, Joey can just lay up. I mean, Joey's still only 25 feet away.
Dylan walking out to his putt.
Just outside, probably 40. You can see the whiskers. Oh, and just
Oh
bangs it.
my goodness.
Doesn't even
no
care.
time at all.
He probably figures that Joey's making that putt, but may have taken a little longer on that, but hey, he made it. And Joey for the win. And he does it. Seals the deal in the playoff.
Back to back.
Yes, sir.
City Open champion.
What a way to finish. Seeing the camaraderie there from Dylan, still smiling. Great competitor. But Joey taking it down. What a finish.
Great event here
First
in
off, let's give a
Chattanooga.
props to our runner-up, Dylan Wooten. Good round, man. And doing it in a playoff again, back-to-back champ. Your 2025 Scenic City Open champion, sponsored by Gravity Disc Golf and Chick-fil-A, Mr. Joey Lutz.
Let's go!
Go. Just thanks to all the volunteers and stuff. These guys run a smooth event. Yeah, I mean, it's great to have people like this in Chattanooga because it makes playing the sport that much better. But thanks, guys.
Yeah, Joey. That's a wrap.
And there you have it, the 2025 Scenic City Open, sponsored by Chick-fil-A and Gravity Disc Golf. Joey Lutz taking it down. Shout out to Stephen Miller, the TD, and all of you guys for watching. See y'all next time.
See ya.